Good day, welcome to the holiday edition of Spotlight on Brewster Schools. Eric Royce, your host, along with Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Valerie Henning-Piedmont. And Val, the holidays are here. Where did 2017 go to?
I don't know, but we're here, and it happens every year, Eric, that we find ourselves upon this rich season of celebrations and family and friends getting together. So here we are, and we have plenty of examples of how people celebrate their holidays that are on display, and it's great for families and friends to get together. So and to kind of really celebrate the meaning of what that means, which is community building and enjoying each other, not necessarily for the presents, although the children and some adults do like the presents. It's not all about that.
That's right. We have a lot to be thankful for.
An awful lot to be thankful for.
And we want to give you some musical interludes today during our program. If you missed the concerts at the Brewster School District this past week, you've missed something very, very special. They were wonderful.
They continue to be wonderful. I mean, our music educators are outstanding. They're talented. They are always, trying to make sure that they give as many children as possible opportunities, which is why the productions are so,
Broadway-like.
Broadway-like, and that they include so many children, because that's an opportunity to perform, and we need as many performance opportunities as possible. So, and this is what our children do. They're very talented. We certainly do focus on their needs academically and social emotionally, but they are also very interested in music. They're interested in athletics, and so this season gives us a chance to showcase the musical talents of our children.
And some of the finest music educators anywhere.
They are, and they work tirelessly. They spend just an amazing amount of time with practices and rehearsals and making sure the instruments work, and getting an instrument out of the repair shop, and making sure that the child has it in time. So it's really amazing, and making sure the uniforms are cleaned and made available for children. So I can't thank them enough for their dedication, and the fact that it's through them that we have children who have an opportunity to do this. And then for the students to go on themselves, many of them go on to college and major in music education because they were inspired by their teachers.
Patty Taylor heads up the program here in the Brewster School District. We stopped off at Brewster High during a rehearsal. Let's go back and take a look-see. The most joyous time of the year, the Christmas concert series, the holiday concerts here in the Brewster School District. Patty Taylor with us again this year. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too, Eric.
What goes into these wonderful concerts?
There's so much work involved outside of just the classroom rehearsals. A lot of coordination between the teachers, the students, the staff in the building. In tonight's concert, we have over 300 performers, over 8 ensembles. So it's a pretty massive undertaking, but we hope it all comes together nicely tonight.
I'm sure it will. And of course, there are many different ensembles and groups taking part.
All kinds. Our large ensembles like our wind ensemble and symphonic orchestra and concert band and concert choir. Then we have some small student groups that rehearse on their own, and some smaller groups like men's choir and chamber singers, and we even have a faculty choir performing again in tonight's concert.
Must make it feel so great adding to the season like this.
It does. It's easy to get wrapped up in just the busyness of just our daily teaching lives, but when we come together like this, it reminds us of just how much music brings to the world. A little bit of joy, a little bit of peace, and it's a nice reminder of why we do what we do.
Well, that says it all. Let's give a listen. And if you missed that holiday concert, you missed something very, very special. Valerie, it was a winner. Well, as I said, the weather outside has been frightful. Some days it's been very, very cold. Last couple of days, very, very warm. But we need a coat in the wintertime. And sadly, many people in this community just can't afford a coat. That's where the Brewster teachers come in with their gently used coat drive every year.
They I marvel at their dedication and their deep care for others, and the example that they put forth for children. That it isn't about, as I mentioned earlier, receiving the gifts. But it's about making sure that others have, an opportunity to have just a basic item for survival, which is just a warm coat. There are a tremendous number of educators who I'm going to mention because they need to know, and the public needs to know, that this work doesn't happen without the dedication of some of our amazing educators. There's Miss Daria Pascal, who's been involved and at the forefront. John Butera, Mary DeBellis, Ruth Muller, Janet Hopkinson, Janet Murphy, Diane Starr, Henrietta Lodge, Mary Hoey, our Commander Earl, and John Panzanella, who's in our transportation office. All of these educators pull together to ensure that that they encourage their colleagues and that they encourage children and families to drop off the gently used coats. But most importantly, children are watching us. Children are always watching us to model those things that really convey our sense of community and civic mindedness. And as you know, civic responsibility is one of those strategic coherence planning skills that we talk about. And I think this is a great example of what that looks like in reality.
307 coats. You heard us right. 307 was the number, most ever. And gently used coats, and some of those coats are beautiful garments.
They are. I was raised to think of giving something away that is something that you still want to keep. So you don't give away those things that are kind of like worn out and you don't care about, but you choose the thing that you still care about and you give that. And I think that what you saw in that collection were people who also have that as a way of thinking about giving a coat away, because it is something that you want the other person to use and to also feel a sense of pride in it and to know that they are wearing something that someone gave up that they still cared about.
We were there the day that the gentleman from CAP stopped by to pick up those coats, and he pulled his van up and he said, "Oh my gosh, I need a bigger van."
There you go. And every year,
bags and bags and bags of coats. It was great.
And every year it increases, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
because it becomes, evidence of the need in our community. I mean, I think that's first and foremost, that everyone doesn't have money to buy a new coat every year. And sometimes it means if they're different, if there's several children in a family, maybe someone doesn't get a new coat
That's
that
right.
year. And so this is really important and vital to our community. And so I want to thank the wonderful staff members who make this a priority every year.
Let's go back and check out the CAP coat drive, courtesy of the Brewster School District. The number 307, 307 slightly used coats are being turned over to CAP today so that residents in the greater Brewster area will have a nice warm coat this winter. Daria Pascal's been organizing this coat drive for many, many years.
Just a few.
How does it make you feel when you throw over 300 coats this year?
It makes me feel very happy to be helpful, and I realize that, the snow on Saturday, that these gently used coats are really going to fill a big need.
John Grant is from CAP, the Community Action Program. Jerry Grant. And Jerry, what do you say?
It's a good program that they have. We've been dealing with this for, 5-10 years now? 10 years, and it goes to needy people who cannot afford a coat in this type of, with the winter months coming in. It's a very good program that Daria put together with her folks.
And coats for all age groups.
All age groups, children and up.
And how do people get one of these coats?
They come into Putnam CAP. We have the clothes rack set up. They go through the coats and take what they need.
Jerry Grant, we thank you. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
What about some of the faculty members? Introduce yourselves here.
John Butera.
John, what does this mean to you?
It's just being part of the community. It's wonderful that we have a job that we enjoy, but all of the staff here feels a part of community when we do something like this. So it's nice to be able to give back in any way we can.
One of our favorite librarians. What about you?
Mary DeBellis. We're just happy to help. It's a team effort. We all pitch in. We grab our lunchtime and come down here, carry coats out. We've been organizing them and sorting them out for a couple of weeks now. Happy to help.
A lot of fun, huh?
Hi, and my name's John. I'm new to the district, actually, and I think this is just a great program that you have, and it makes me just proud again to be a part of this community.
Daria, what else can be said?
Well, I have to have a shout out for the rest of the Coat Drive Committee. This is Office of Transportation, John Panzella, and then we have CV Star, JFK, and Brewster High School. Various people do this every year, and without the help of our whole Coat Drive Committee, it wouldn't be a success.
So once again, 307 coats, gently used coats, will be used by residents in the greater Brewster area this winter, thanks to the faculty and staff of the Brewster School District. Valerie, that's a winner. You know, Valerie could be a great headline writer for a local newspaper. We had the grand reopening of the JFK School the other night, and Valerie says it's a Cinderella story, and it was a Cinderella story.
It absolutely was.
It's a great, what do you say?
Well, being there was inspiring. I mean, as you know, JFK was a significant portion of the construction project. $20 million of the $38.9 million was dedicated to rebuilding JFK. And it truly was a story of an old raggedy school in terms of, the fact that it was, it was the oldest building in our district.
That's right.
And now, a Cinderella emerged from all of that construction, and that now this is stunning, beautiful building ready for the ball.
The kids are so excited. I never saw kids being so excited about their school.
Well, you know what? Over the summer, when most people were driving by and they were seeing this building that almost looked like a demolition site, seeing it transformed, and quite a number of parents would come to board meetings and say, my second grader or my first grader sent me to the board meeting to check up on the status of JFK. That they were really worried about, would they have their school open on the first day, and the fact that it happened, plus the fact that we have, the last portion of that construction was our new auditorium, was really stunning for children. To be able to sit in, a building that was completely rebuilt and it really now honors what it means to be a student in the 21st century.
And as Frank Zamplin, the principal, said that night, the kids got the biggest kick of the fact that it's so bright and so airy, and even smells like a new school.
It smells like a new school, and basic things. I mean, the lighting just magnifies all the colors, all the clean corridors and new tiles and ceilings and lights and rooms and angles, and so it's just really a wonderful way to celebrate such a magnificent project, and a wonderful way to thank the public for making it possible by voting on the bond and voting for the bond, symbolizing that we value the education of our children and we value the buildings they spend their time in being educated.
Valerie talks about the color. Remember when CV Star School opened years ago? It was the same thing. You walk into that round area there, and the color and the lights, it was just wow. And this is JFK all over again.
And a lot of wow. I think that's a great way to sort of sum up that experience and how you feel when you walk into that building. It's a great sense of pride, and there wasn't a single person who didn't show that pride, from our kindergarten and children all the way to our parents and board members.
Well, again, we were there that night. The ribbon was cut. Let's go back and check it out as JFK officially opens. The ribbon has been cut. The 1964 John F. Kennedy Elementary School is now the 2017 JFK Elementary School. Valerie, what an auspicious night.
It is. It's almost sort of, I would characterize it as being the crown jewel of this construction project, because it is about $20 million of the $38.9 million bond. And a tremendous, there wasn't a square foot in this building that hasn't been touched, and that was amazing to hear the architects talk about that the amount of work that it took to transform this building, to bring it up to this century where the building can be used in many different ways, and there's lots of open space and creative learning spaces and opportunities for children to collaborate and explore and learn, and for teachers to work in different configurations with children. So this is such a source of pride for the community, and I want to thank our taxpayers for making it possible.
Steve Jambo, the president of the Board of Ed, thanks to taxpayers every time he can. They came through one more time, big time this time.
Well, they did, and I add the historical perspective because I'm so old. But seriously, this process began in December of 1999 with the passing of the first big bond, and it has rolled straight through till now. So the people of this community have every right to be entirely proud. Together, they have rebuilt their entire school district. which is an amazing accomplishment in just 17 years, basically.
No other school in the region has achieved
I
that.
really don't think so, and it's remarkable. And particularly this room here, it was so dark a long time ago, and now it is just amazing. You can see everyone in it, and it's a great feeling.
Well, the educator who runs the school is Dr. Frank Zamplin, the principal here at JFK. He's like a kid in a candy shop tonight. He was telling the group before, 13 tractor trailer loads. You heard us right, 13. Every pencil, paper, crayon taken out of the school so that the reconstruction could occur.
Correct, and that's, we talk about perseverance in the district and working through. We lived it, and we lived those aspects of our strategic coherence plan, and we have to model those things, for the community. But a kid in a candy shop, I am. We are looking forward so much to this new environment to really enhance the learning for our children. And when our teachers are having these collaborative spaces where they can really get to talk to one another about teaching and learning and what happens in the classrooms now, which are much brighter, and we have an idea room, innovation, discovery, exploration, amazement. That's for STEM, science, technology, engineering. It could be STEAM, art and math. We'll be doing a lot more of these collaborative, exploratory type learning.
And the kids are so excited, Valerie. When I came here tonight, 2 little first graders, Mr. Gross, can we show you our new school? And the first thing they showed us was the library and the IDA room and the cafeteria. The kids, that's what it's all about.
They know what happened. They know what kind of building this was. Actually, over the summer, we had a few parents tell us they came to board meetings, and the reason they came to board meetings is because their children wanted to know would their school be open on time. That they were aware of the magnitude of the work, because, if you pass by it, it was sort of like a condemned area, right? All we needed was the sign. And to see it now in its completely transformed state, it's sort of like a true Cinderella story, that this building has been, now it has its glass slippers on and it's ready to go to a ball.
Well, that's the headline, the Cinderella story. The John F. Kennedy Elementary School, the new JFK School, is now officially opened. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Valerie mentioned the strategic coherence plan. Is there an update you can give our viewers?
Absolutely. We've been steadily working since the beginning. This is our second year as a district, and the we being our strategic coherence planning team, which consists of educators in our district as well as parents and community members. And that group, this is a group of about 55 people, including 2 students. 2 seniors sit on that group. We've been working on making sure that the definitions of the 5 skills that we've identified, and those 5 skills are critical thinking, perseverance, collaboration, communication, adaptability, and civic responsibility. That we want those words to mean something to educators and to mean something to children. And the work that the most recent work actually involved us going and visiting all 4 schools. So this team went out and visited each classroom, a number of classrooms for about 3-4 minutes, to really see kind of what does it look like now in terms of the integration of those skills. So how are educators integrating perseverance, for example, into instruction, or how are they integrating civic responsibility into instruction? And we saw evidence of that, and that evidence is going to be shared with our educators so that they can also say, wow, I'm also working on this, and it's good to see that across K-12, because we visited all 4 schools, that there's evidence of, across these 5 areas that we are indeed aware of the definitions and dedicated to integrating those skills.
Is the interest still there amongst the 55? The first year, I'm sure, was go back to our wow word again. But things, waned down after a while.
They've continued to come.
Really? That's
They're
wonderful.
dedicated. Without their efforts and their interests, Eric, we would not have, a sense of the importance of these skills, because they're the ambassadors. They take back, what we talk about each month to their teams and their departments and their schools, and they're the ones, sharing the definitions. They're sharing examples. They're talking about, so it's not enough to just integrate it into curriculum. The skills have to be integrated into instruction, into the assessment system, into the, the classroom learning environment, as well as the time that teachers spend spent together learning professionally. So it has to influence all of those areas. So we continue to, promote the work this year is to market and to promote the skills and to begin to catalog examples so that, Frank, for example, has been videoing classrooms, examples of how teachers are integrating those skills. And the goal is, after Frank completes those videos, is to have those available on our website so that parents and children and others and our educators can see, examples of how these skills are being integrated. So that's really important work. And certainly the evidence suggests that, we certainly are making progress, steady progress, and we'll continue to work and meet together every month and continue to acknowledge places in the system where our educators are using and integrating those skills, and places where we need to do some more work as an entire system to ensure that we have resources and examples of how children are using those skills and how they talk about those skills and what it looks like in the classroom.
Keep us up to date.
We certainly will.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about some of the shining stars in the Brewster High School. We have a couple of young ladies who have excelled the last couple of weeks. People like Jillian McNamara. Her dancing feat has brought home another international award. Gold medal winner last year, silver medal winner this year. Can't get much better than that.
Well, she's a tap dancer extraordinaire. I mean, she has a passion for tap, and there's no greater way to display that than to go off to a competition like this, and then to walk away with a silver designation. So Jillian, I hope she continues to practice and have opportunities to showcase her talents broadly, and one day hopefully we'll see her on Broadway.
On Broadway. And Amanda Estonia starred in the Nutcracker the other day. She, of course, was the Sugar Plum Fairy. And this young lady told us, which we'll hear in a minute or two, wants to be on Broadway, and she will.
She will get there. I mean, as you know, we take our performances very seriously. Whenever there's a musical or a drama, a lot of time and effort goes into that. So I'm really excited that Amanda is interested, and she's pursuing other opportunities outside of the school. And I'm sure she'll do exactly what she wants to do and plans to do.
We had the opportunity to talk to both young ladies. Let's say hi to Jillian and Amanda right here on Spotlight on Brewster Schools. Well, Valerie, there are so many success stories in the Brewster School District, the class of 2018 to be precise. Jillian McNamara recently competed in an international World Tap Dancing Championship, and she won the silver medal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did all this begin?
Well, I started dancing when I was 2 years old, and I started off not really liking tap, but then as I got older, it grew on me, and I started going to the IDO championships when I was 11, and I've been going ever since. This was my last year, actually, so tap just became pretty much the love of my life.
Dancing in the family? Did Mom and Dad dance in their youth?
No, but my aunt dances, yes.
So your auntie is the dancer in the family. Yeah.
Yes.
Brothers or sisters involved?
My sister does dance as well.
Why tap?
The rhythms, everything is just so captivating about it to me. I mean, all the sounds that you can make with just your feet is it's just amazing.
We saw our friend over here, Jillian, recently perform at Brewster High on the stage at the PAC Center. The thing that gets me is, how do you keep those arms so straight all the time without moving?
You just have to, after a long time it becomes like second nature, and you just kind of know what to do, and it gets in your body, and focus on the feet and the performance of it.
Did you take part in any fesh when you were younger? The Irish fesh?
No, I didn't.
You didn't really?
No.
Because some of that dancing is so wonderful, it resembles the Irish fesh.
It's very, very similar, but they're both two different things, but they're very cool.
Now, what's the future? You're going off to college in the fall?
Yes, I'm going to Dean College in Franklin, Massachusetts to major in dance.
My daughter graduated from Dean College many, many years ago. It's a great school. Franklin's a neat town.
Yes, I went to go visit it, and I loved it, so I'm so excited to go back there.
One time, it was a junior college.
Yeah.
Now it's a 4-year school.
Yes, it's a 4-year school now, so I'll be going to get my bachelor's in dance.
Bachelor's in dance. Yes. That is professional someday?
Yes, I would hope so.
You heard it first right here. Our friend Jillian McNamara will be on the stage, Radio City Music Hall.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. We'll bet on it, okay?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jillian McNamara, a senior at Brewster High, silver champion in the international dance. Thanks so much. Amanda Ostuni is a junior here at Brewster High, and Amanda took part in the weekend production of the Sugar Plum Fairy, the Nutcracker. What kind of an experience was that for you?
It was a really great experience because I've been in the Nutcracker at my studio for a few years since I was little, and to play each role and then finish off my years at the Nutcracker as Sugar Plum is really special.
Now, you were a junior, as I say, planning on going to college and to learn more about dance?
Yes, I really want to go to college for dance and try to pursue it as a career.
So we're going to hear more about our friend Amanda over here in the years to come. How long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing for 12 years.
Is that all?
Yes.
Since the age of 5?
Yes.
And you enjoy it, I take it?
Yes, I really love it. It's my passion.
Any dancing in the family?
My sister, she danced for most of her life, and now she graduated and is moving on.
We wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Amanda Ostuni, who played the Nutcracker in the Brewster School District. 7 Stars Performing Theater right here at the PAC, the Sugar Plum Fairy, the Nutcracker. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We had a first the other day, the first of the 2017-18 school year letter of intent signing to study and play sports in college next year. A young lady.
Lauren Croft.
Great.
How exciting.
Lauren Croft, Penn State lacrosse.
That's really amazing, and that's early on in the season.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, it's really, you know, she must really, you know, have dazzled, you know, that team and that school in order for them to, you know, have this letter of intent signing this early in the school year. So it's really awesome, and I'm sure, you know, she's going to do well, and it gives us great pride and joy that one of our students is going on and will be able to continue to play the sport that I'm sure she loves as she studies, and, you know, hopefully has you know, a way to kind of defer some of the expenses associated with college as a result of what Penn State is able to provide for her.
As Dean Barato, who you'll be hearing in just a moment, was telling us, you know, when you think of sports in high school, basketball, football, baseball, but lacrosse has taken over for the men and the women.
Occasionally, I will watch one of the sports
Yeah.
channels, and you know, where it's the college students playing, and
That's a tough sport.
It's a very tough sport, and it looks, you know, it's not just you know, kind of the players running around and maybe they catch the ball, or
Yeah.
so it does require a lot of agility on the part of the athletes. So I'm sure that Lauren is very talented, or she wouldn't have been you know, scooped up by Penn State, and now is a committed student, and we wish her well in Penn State, and hopefully she will come back to see us and tell us how well she's doing, and maybe even be a coach one day to
Maybe.
our own
Look at Sarah
boy.
DeDeo.
There we go. One of
Former
our
student
own.
of ours is now the coach.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So Lauren, if you're watching this, we want to see you come back.
When you watch it, not if. Sign that letter, Lauren. It's now official. Lauren Croft is the latest letter of intent signee here in Brewster High School. Dean Barato, this might be the end of the calendar year, but the first for the 2018 year in the Brewster Central School District letter of intent signing.
No, that's correct. It's another great day. Another great day to celebrate. You know, very proud of Lauren and her family. The lacrosse program for the ladies, great job as far as from youth all the way up to now, and just to see her participate on the field, weaving, you know, in and out of players, cradling, passing, shooting, scoring, magnificent. And going to Penn State, you know, athletically and academically it's a great accomplishment, and she should be congratulated.
Well, congratulations, Lauren. What does this mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. I'm so thankful for everyone that helped me, and it's a dream come true, really.
Mom, Christine, what's going through your mind now? Your little girl, heading off to college, scholarship to Penn State University. Can't get any better than that.
No, it can't. And she's just put so much time and effort and determination and drive into it that I'm just so proud of her.
And Dad, you too, sir. Whoops, Glenn over here. Your daughter going to Penn State University, playing lacrosse, prestigious school.
It's absolutely a dream come true for her and the family, and she's so dedicated, and we're so proud of her.
Sarah DiDio, a couple of years ago, was here herself. Just a couple of years ago.
Don't tell them how that is.
She has an 8-week-old little bundle of joy over there. What kind of a gal is Lauren?
She's amazing. I've known her since 3rd grade, and she's so dedicated and so hardworking. I'm so proud of her and everything she's accomplished.
In the classroom, on the playing field.
Everywhere. She's so great. She's run a few fundraisers for us too. She just is an all-around amazing person. Lacrosse is, of course, she's an amazing athlete and all that, but everything else too is she's a whole package deal.
Lauren, why did you decide on lacrosse way back when?
I think it's a mix of like a lot of sports. I played basketball, soccer, I did triathlons, and I think it was a mix of a fast-paced game with basketball moves and cuts, and I just fell in love with it.
Dean, you know, lacrosse has really come a long way in the public schools.
Absolutely.
Years ago, no one ever heard of lacrosse. Now it's the sport.
Oh, I agree. It's one of the top sports here, and I think, and Sarah probably agree. Jerry Walsh, when he came here a number of years ago, started to promote it for the gentlemen and later on for the ladies. And really it's taken off, created a youth program, Lax Bears, and that organization does a lot of work here with their jamborees and using the facilities and upkeeping the facilities and helping us donating money. So, I mean, it's certainly a worthwhile organization.
Lauren Croft, once again, congratulations. The latest letter of intent signee, a Penn State Nittany Lion, next September. Thanks so much for joining us. So the holidays have arrived, and we'll ask Val this question every year. Your wish for the holidays?
I wish that all of our students and all their families enjoy their time together, that they get back to the true meaning of Christmas and Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Three Kings, and that it becomes about contributing to their community, looking out for others, shoveling someone's snow when we get snow, stocking the shelves in a food pantry, taking care of going and checking up on an elderly member of the community. That's what I hope that our community and our families do, and they think about that, and they focus on just a hopeful future where we focus more on what we have in common rather than what's different about us.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, a healthy New Year for all in the Brewster School District and in Putnam County. We'd like to thank Frankie, we'd like to thank John, Donna over at the high school for all of their able assistance this year. And we wish you one more time a happy and a healthy New Year. The boss and I will be back after the first of the new year with the first edition of Spotlight for the year 2018. So until next time, have yourselves a safe and happy holiday. Bye-bye now.
Happy New Year.
Hey guys, you know what time of year it is? It's Christmas time. Now it's coming to town, guys. Santa!